Hello, friends. Welcome to Life Beyond Borders once again. My name is Olubenga, and as at the time of shooting this video, I'm currently a master's student and a graduate teaching assistant at the University of Alabama in the US. If you are new on this channel, this is an opportunity for you to subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed. On this channel, I share opportunities around studying abroad, accessing scholarship and global scholars opportunities. So if these are the content you're interested in, whether you're interested in a master's, PhD, or undergraduate scholarship in the US, UK, Canada, and other parts of the world, this is the best place for you to get access to such information. So you want to do yourself a good to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell. And also, there are a lot of videos that I've made related to this information. So there are videos on scholarship opportunities, videos on application fee waivers, how to write application fee waiver request, how to write statement of purpose, like what we are talking about today, and also several other videos. So you want to do yourself good and come on the channel and watch some of these videos. All right. So today I want to talk about statement of purpose. All right, how to write a compelling statement of purpose that is going to land you that scholarship opportunity, that is going to land you that admission. But before I start, I want to make a disclaimer that statement of purpose is different from personal statement. I know a lot of people always mix it up. There are two documents, there are two letters that are actually related, right? Both letters are written for graduate school admission, especially whether master's or PhD. If you are applying to schools in the US, in Canada also, that is also similar to that of UK. You are always required to write a statement of purpose. In the UK, for instance, most times you will write a proposal, and some schools may require you, or some scholarship opportunity may require you to also back the proposal, research proposal up, to back it up with your statement of purpose or your personal statement, right? But statement of purpose and personal statement, they are two related documents, but they are different, right? Personal statement, just like the word says, is a personal way of like telling your story, your academic story. So you are allowed to be personal in that kind of document. You can start from, let's say you start from you're growing up, while I was growing up in a village of blah, 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 I experienced this, and you kind of tell your story from the beginning and connect it to how that influenced your decision in studying the course you studied in your undergraduate. And, from then you can connect, you can mention how you struggle, maybe you struggle financially, and so you are allowed to be personal, to tell personal stories in a personal statement, as long as that story connects to the research or the interest of what you are doing right now, or what you are interested in studying in the school you want to apply to. So that's personal story. But that's personal statement. But statement of purpose, it's all about stating the purpose while you are applying to that program. You are stating the purpose while you are applying to that school. You are stating the purpose of the research you want to do. So it is a statement to show the purpose while you are doing this. In other words, the whole of the application that you are doing, what is the purpose that surrounds everything? So you want to mention purpose related to the reason why you want to go into that particular research you intend to go into, the reason why you choose this career path, the reason why you choose this field of study. So every other thing you embed inside this statement, inside this letter, has to do with revealing purpose, revealing the reason why you are doing such thing. So there are certain things that your statement of purpose is supposed to have, and it is very important you follow me in this video. Now, there is no one way of writing a statement of purpose. People have said this is the way you should write it, this is the way it should be, that is the way it should be. There is no one way, but there are certain components that your statement of purpose should have, and I'm going to highlight them for you right now, and then we'll talk about that. The first thing that your statement of purpose should have is an introduction of who you are, right? And this is, of course, should I say this is not in any particular order, but again, it is very important for your statement of purpose to have introduction of who you are. So you want to tell us who you are. So this is not the time to tell if you are, a child, you are the last born out of 5 children and all of that. That is not important. Who you are in terms of your academic background. You may not need to mention your name again, because your name is going to be the title of the statement of purpose. So you can say, I had a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry from the University of Lagos. I graduated with a distinction. If you graduated with a distinction, you may mention that. But if you did not, you don't need to mention that. So I graduated with a distinction and consistently rank among the top 5% of my class. My undergraduate research focused on the use of, blah, 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 biomedical material as catalyst in chemical reactions, blah, blah. So you want to talk about yourself. And also, My final year project titled blah blah blah, gave me hands-on experience in exploring alternative energy solutions. So I am currently a research assistant at the University of Lagos, working under Dr. Adiola Olabayo, where I am researching. You mentioned the research area that you are currently working in. And if you are not currently working as a research assistant, if you are not currently working in the university, if you are whatever work you are doing, especially if it is related to the field in which you still want to apply to, it is good you mention that, right? So it is important. After mentioning where you are currently working, you can also mention that this research has deepened. So now tell us what you have done. So you want to tell us what you have done after graduating from the university, where you have worked, especially if it is related to what you are applying to, the course or degree you are applying to. If it is not related, I don't think it is important for you to mention that. All right. So you want to mention this is where I have worked, this is what we are doing there, and also mention how that has influenced you, how that has helped you to grow as a person or as a career person. Then you want to mention that this research area, probably the research you have conducted in the lab where you are working, has deepened my interest in catalysts and its potential to address environmental and energy related challenges. So that's about you. You are introducing yourself. You have mentioned the degrees you have. If you have a master's degree before, mention it also. I graduated from so university with a degree, bachelor degree in this, and then I proceeded to my master to have my master's degree in this, in material science at the University of blah blah. So you want to introduce yourself, which is very important, so that they will know who you are and your academic background so far. Of course, they are going to see some of these things in your CV, and that is why it is not needed to overflog or overemphasize everything. This is not a time to pour everything in your CV into that page. Remember, you have a very limited number of words to write. So just be brief about the introduction, maybe 3 to 4 lines. It's very okay for you to introduce yourself and let us know about your academic background. The next thing that your statement of purpose should have is the research interest area, all right, or a problem statement. For me, I usually prefer that you start with a problem statement. In other words, there is a problem, there is a challenge, there is something that your research wants to address in the whole world, in the global space, or maybe in Africa. So you want to first of all present a problem statement so that will capture the attention of the reader that there is a problem here. And then you'll be able to mention how your research fits into that area, how your research interest or what you want to study in your master's and your PhD, how it fits into that area. So you want to start with a statement problem. So for instance, in our sample, we have a statement problem that says, chemistry as a central science connects the physical and life science in a way that enhances our understanding of the natural world. 3 questions have always intrigued me. How can we harness chemistry to solve environmental challenges? What sustainable solutions can we develop to replace harmful chemical processes? Blah, blah, blah. You mentioned those questions. These questions ignited my passion for studying green chemistry, catalysis, and the development of environmentally friendly materials. I am particularly interested in the design of sustainable chemical processes and the synthesis of eco-friendly materials, blah, blah, blah. I believe that with continued research, chemistry can be a key driver of sustainable development. This is why I am pursuing a PhD in chemistry with a focus on green chemistry and catalysis. All right. So you want to state a research problem. There's a problem. This is where my research area, this is where my interest is coming in. This is the kind of problem I want to contribute to the world. You can't solve the problem of the whole world, but you can, with your research, contribute, to part of the solution that can be brought into these problems or into these challenges, right? So you want to include a statement, a problem statement, or share your research interest area, right? So that's another very important part of your statement of purpose. In fact, this part should take a substantial part of your statement of purpose. I see a lot of people spend time talking about some of the things that are already in their CV. I was the class representative in my class. They talk about a lot of things that doesn't really connect. Or some of these things are repetition of what is already in your CV. So some people just kind of bring out their CV and then they just turn it into a statement of purpose. No. So the substantial part of your statement of purpose should be about your research interest and what you want to do in that school, which is very important. And that's what they are most interested in actually. They want to know what you want to do. Sometimes the research area may change when you get to the school eventually, but it shows that you actually have something in mind, and it shows that you have a research-oriented mind and you have interest in that field. The third thing that I think your statement of purpose should have is, why are you interested in that program? Why are you interested in that program, particular program in that school? Is it the uniqueness of the department? You want to talk about that? Is it the uniqueness of the school? And don't talk about something generic. And that is why it is important for you to spend time reading about that department and that particular program. All right. You want to go on their website and go to the department page, go to that programs page specifically, and spend enough time reading about that program. Okay, there you will get information of what their program is about, and this is going to help you in this particular section. You want to talk about the reason, why you choose that particular school. You want to talk about the reason why you choose that program, why you are even doing that program, why you think a PhD in chemistry, why you think a PhD in chemistry with a focus on green chemistry and catalysis. Why is it important for you? Why are you deciding to study something like that? So it is important. You want to mention that in your statement of purpose. So you can mention, for the school, I have chosen the University of California for my PhD studies because of its outstanding reputation in chemistry research, particularly in green chemistry and catalysis. So that means they must have mentioned it in their on their website that they are interested in this area, or you have seen professors that are working in those areas. Okay, the university's commitment to addressing environmental challenges through cutting-edge research aligns perfectly with my academic and career goals. The opportunity to work with esteemed faculty members such as Professor James John, you mentioned their names, especially those who you have spoken with, and that's why I always encourage people to make sure you send cold emails before you even start applying. Get in touch with some of these faculty members, especially those you want to work with, so that you'll be able to confidently mention them in your statement of purpose. So you must have read their profile on their website. In fact, you can even go as far as reading some of their journal articles, so that you are fully abreast of the research area where they are working in, and you'll be able to mention them in your statement of purpose. So if you are mentioning the reason why you choose that school, the reason why you choose that program, that department, it is always good to also mention one or two names that you have seen their work and you see how their work align perfectly with your career goal and the reason why you are choosing that school. All right. So the opportunity to work with esteemed faculty members and access state-of-the-art facilities will provide me invaluable experience and the resources needed to excel in my research. So, and then you mention some of their names, you mention some of those research areas and all of that. So you want to use that opportunity, that section, to convince them the reason why you choose that particular program, why you choose that particular department, and why you choose the university itself. So you want to brush that up into a paragraph on its own. It can be as substantial as it should be. But remember, the most substantial paragraph, repeating, is the paragraph that talks about your problem statement and your research interest. That is the most substantial. So the next one is this one that talks about the reason why I choose the program and the school and the faculty members there. And then also you want to mention how this program is going to be valuable to your aspiration, how this program is going to contribute to your long-term career goal. Maybe you want to become a professor, maybe you want to work in the chemistry industry or the chemical industry, whichever place you want to work in, or your career, your future career aspiration. How does this program connect you? How does it take you there to where you see yourself? Maybe you want to work, you want to have an NGO that takes care of, underrepresented women, things like that. How does this program fit into your long-term goal? How does it help you in your career or future aspiration? That is very important thing that you want to mention. So how is this degree going to be valuable to your career in the future? So you want to mention this in your statement of purpose. So you can say, my long-term goal is to become a leading researcher in sustainable chemistry, focusing on developing environmentally friendly chemical processes and materials. I aim to contribute to global efforts in reducing industrial pollution. You mentioned some of those things. It will be an honor to carry out this work in an institution as prestigious as the University of California. And I'm confident that my background, passion, and drive will enable me to succeed in this PhD program. So, and then, wrap it up that way. And you can wrap it up and mention to them that you look forward to being selected, for this admission, and you look forward to working with the department. You look forward to working with the great, amazing faculty members that they have at the department of blah blah in the University of blah. All right. So it is very important that your statement of purpose capture these things. Remember, your statement of purpose must capture your introduction. Of course, you introduce yourself, which is very important, briefly. You must capture a problem statement or the research interest you have, the research area you are interested in. So that is the one that must take the substantial part. Number 3, it must capture the reason why you are interested in that particular program, in that particular field. Why are you interested in it? Also, it must capture why are you interested in that school? Why that school? Among all schools, you are interested in this field, but why are you choosing this particular school and this department? Why did you decide to work with these particular faculty members? You want to mention that, all right? And then you want to also mention how this program is going to positively influence your long-term career goal or aspiration. Don't forget, one of the most important things about writing a statement of purpose is following the guidelines. Some of these schools have rubrics for their statement of purpose. So if you check their website, some will have certain things that they have mentioned that you should write in your statement of purpose. So irrespective of what I have shared with you today, it is important to follow their guidelines. So some schools will just ask you to just write statement of purpose. Generally, they will not state what and what they need. If you find such school, it's important to follow this guideline that I've shared with you. For instance, if you come to this particular school on my screen, you will see here they write how you should write your statement of purpose. So they say think of your statement of purpose as a composition with 4 different parts. You introduce yourself, your interests and motivation. All right. Part 2, summarize your undergraduate and previous graduate career. So you want to tell them, what are the theses or projects you have completed in the past, your work experience. Number 3, they want you to discuss the relevance of your recent and current activities. How does it relate to what is expected of you now? How does it relate? If you have graduated or work prior to returning to graduate school, indicate what you have been doing, and also indicate how this has helped you to focus or to keep your interest in your graduate studies. So that's one is mentioned here. And part 4, elaborate on your academic interest. All right. So here they have stated everything, and they give essential tips. They said approximately 500 to 1,000 words. So 1 to 2 single space pages in 12-point font. So that is why it's very important to read. A lot of people send email to me, and sometimes in the email and in the message, I see that people don't want to read information. So they just want something to be done fast. In this journey, in this study abroad journey, in your application, graduate application journey, there is need for you to spend time to read information on their portal. So sometimes it takes you to burn midnight candle. People don't burn candles these days anyway. So sometimes you need to stay late in the night to read some of this information on their website because it is there. So if you write a statement of purpose, even if you follow my guideline and you omit some of the things they mention, you did not follow the 500 to 1,000 word rubric, you did not follow the 1 to 2 pages rubrics, you did not write it in 12-point font, you have messed up everything, right? So no matter how good your statement of purpose is, if you did not follow instruction, then you have messed everything up. So that is why it is important to also look at what is the school requiring you, right? So those are the things that your statement of purpose should have and how your statement of purpose should look like. So if I were you, you will get to work immediately. There is no time. Start writing your statement of purpose. Open your CV and see 1 or 2 things you can include in your statement of purpose. But remember, it is not a duplicate of your CV. And also a statement of purpose is different from a personal statement. If you are required to write a statement of purpose and a personal statement, remember, you must not duplicate any of them, right? In other words, the content of what you have in your statement of purpose should not be in your personal statements. So if you are asked to submit both, usually schools will ask for one of them, but there are some schools that ask for 2 of these documents, and it's important for you to know the difference. I have mentioned the difference, and make sure that you write them differently and submit them. All right. In the description box of this video, I am going to leave a link. It will lead you to a sample that I have shared with you in this video on a statement of purpose sample, right? So you'll be able to access that. Remember, don't copy it. Don't copy it. Don't copy everything that is there. If I don't copy anything there, use it as a guide for your own statement of purpose. I am putting it there so that it will be a guide for you, not for you to copy. Don't copy a single word out of that document. It is for your own benefit because there are thousands that are going to be watching this video. Thousands will be accessing that same document. And if you copy it, or if you ask AI to write your statement of purpose for you, these professors know they have the technique, they have the technology that they use to check those documents just in a click to know if it has been copied by AI or if it is duplicate of what someone else has used before. So it's very important. These things are not hard. Sit down and write them by yourself. I wrote my statement of purpose by myself, and today I am here. I got the admission, I got the funding. So if I can do it, you can do it also. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel at this time, I don't know what you're waiting for. You have enjoyed this video and it has been beneficial for you. So click the like button, like this video, share it with your friends that are also applying to schools. Share it with them, let them have more knowledge, and put up a very competitive application package. Till I come your way again, I remain Olubenga. Remember, God loves you. Stay blessed.